Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into the 10 mistakes men make that drive women away. Make sure to stay until the end so you don't miss the most common one. Now, let's get serious for a minute. You're sitting there wondering why things go south, why she pulls back, or why you can't seem to make a connection stick. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not always some big mystery. Sometimes it's about the patterns, the habits, the things you're doing or not doing that are sending out all the wrong signals. It's time for a reality check, a good hard look in the mirror. This isn't about pointing fingers to make you feel bad, this is about getting smart. It's about understanding the impact of your actions or lack thereof on the women in your life. You want a healthy, thriving relationship, right? You want to attract someone and keep them interested, feeling good about being with you. Well, that starts with you. It starts with recognizing these common pitfalls, these relationship killers that too many men stumble into without even realizing it. We're gonna break them down, one by one, so you can start making some changes, some real meaningful changes. So grab a notepad, open your mind, and let's be honest here. Are you guilty of any of these? Because the truth is, knowledge is power, but only if you use it. This isn't just about information, it's about transformation. We're gonna give you the straight talk, no sugarcoating, because you deserve to know what's really going on. Let's get to work and figure out how to stop sabotaging your chances at happiness and connection. Alright, let's jump right into the deep end with the first one, being too clingy. Now I get it, when you like someone, you want to be around them, you want to connect, that's natural. But there's a line, a very clear line between showing interest and becoming a human barnacle. When you're constantly texting, calling, needing reassurance, demanding all her free time, what do you think that does? It doesn't scream, I'm interested. It screams, I'm insecure and I don't have my own life. Women, like anyone, need space to breathe, to have their own interests, their own friends, their own thoughts. Think about it from her perspective. If someone is constantly latched onto you, monitoring your every move, needing constant validation, it becomes exhausting. It feels like a cage, not a partnership. She starts to feel suffocated, like her independence is being chipped away. And what happens when someone feels suffocated? They try to get away, they try to create distance. This isn't about her not liking you, it's about her valuing her own autonomy. You've got to have your own world, your own hobbies, your own sense of self, independent of her. That's attractive. Neediness, on the other hand, is a major turnoff. It's time to loosen the grip, fellas. Next up, and this one's a biggie, folks, not listening. You're there, she's talking, her lips are moving, but are you actually hearing what she's saying? Or are you just waiting for your turn to talk, thinking about what you're gonna say next, or worse, scrolling through your phone? Active listening is a skill, and it's a cornerstone of any successful relationship. It's about making her feel heard, understood, and validated. When you don't listen, you're essentially telling her that her thoughts, her feelings, her experiences don't matter to you. How do you think that makes her feel? Ignoring this fundamental aspect of connection is like trying to build a house on quicksand. It's just not gonna work. She'll share something important, something vulnerable, and if you meet that with a blank stare or a quick change of subject, you're breaking trust. You're showing her that she can't confide in you, that you're not a safe space. Women are often more attuned to these emotional cues. They notice when you're checked out. If you want her to open up, to connect with you on a deeper level, you have got to put down the distractions, make eye contact, and truly engage with what she's sharing. It ain't rocket science, but it sure is critical. Let's talk about ambition, or rather, the lack thereof. Now, this isn't about you needing to be a millionaire CEO by tomorrow. But women are generally attracted to men who have some sort of drive, some goals, some passion for something beyond sitting on the couch playing video games all day. A lack of ambition can signal a lack of direction, a lack of excitement for the future, and frankly, it can be pretty uninspiring. It suggests a certain passivity, a willingness to just let life happen you, rather than you happen in life. You gotta ask yourself, what are you working towards? It's not just about financial success, it's about having a spark, a purpose. Are you learning new things? Are you striving to be better in some area of your life? Do you have interests that light you up? When a woman sees a man who is passionate and driven, even if it's for a quirky hobby or a personal project, it's attractive. It shows he has energy, vitality, and a vision for himself. If you're just drifting along with no particular direction, it can make her wonder what a future with you would look like. Is it going to be stagnant? Is she going to be the only one pushing things forward? Get some goals, fellas. Find your fire. Mistake number 4. Did something die in here? Vibe. Poor hygiene. Alright, this one should be common sense, but you'd be surprised how often it comes up. Poor hygiene. I'm talking basic stuff here, gentlemen. Showering regularly, brushing your teeth, wearing clean clothes, maybe a little deodorant. It's not about dousing yourself in cologne or spending hours preening, but it is about showing that you respect yourself enough to take care of your basic cleanliness, and by extension that you respect her enough not to subject her to, well, unpleasantness. If you're wondering why she's keeping her distance, literally, this could be a big smelly reason. Think about it. Personal hygiene is a fundamental sign of self-care and respect for others. If you can't be bothered with the basics, what does that say about how you'll handle other aspects of a relationship or life in general? It can be a major turn-off, creating an immediate physical barrier. No one wants to get close to someone who doesn't smell fresh or look like they've made an effort. It's not superficial, it's about basic consideration. So, take a good, honest look and sniff at your grooming habits. Are you putting your best foot and body forward? It matters more than you might think. Mistake number 5. The disrespect disaster, killing trust and affection. Now we're getting into some real relationship poison being disrespectful. This can take so many forms, from put-downs disguised as jokes, to dismissing her opinions, interrupting her constantly, talking down to her, or even disrespecting her friends and family. Disrespect is like an acid. It slowly, or sometimes quickly, erodes the very foundation of trust and affection in a relationship. You cannot build a loving connection with someone you don't fundamentally respect, and she certainly can't maintain affection for someone who consistently makes her feel small or stupid. Every time you act disrespectfully, you're sending a clear message. Your feelings don't matter to me. Your thoughts aren't valuable. You are less than. Is that the message you want to send to someone you care about, or want to care about you? Respect is non-negotiable. It's about treating her as an equal, valuing her perspective even when you disagree, and speaking to her and about her with kindness and consideration. If you find yourself frequently belittling her or making her the butt of your jokes, you need to stop and ask yourself why. That behavior is a relationship killer, plain and simple. Mistake number 6. The she'll always be there fallacy, taking her for granted. This next one is a slow burn, but it's incredibly damaging. Taking her for granted. This happens when you get comfortable, maybe a little too comfortable, and you stop making an effort. You stop noticing the little things she does, you stop saying thank you, you stop appreciating her presence in your life. You just assume she'll always be there, always be understanding, always pick up the slack. Well, guess what? People have a limit. When someone consistently feels unappreciated and undervalued, they start to wonder why they're even bothering. Appreciation is the fuel that keeps a relationship going. It's the small gestures, the words of affirmation, the acknowledgement of her efforts and her worth. When that dries up, so does her motivation to invest in the relationship. She starts to feel invisible, like a household appliance rather than a cherished partner. Don't wait until she's walking out the door to realize what you had. Make a conscious effort, every single day, to show her that you see her, you value her, and you're grateful to have her in your life. It's not about grand gestures all the time, it's about consistent, genuine appreciation. Let's tackle a really ugly one. Being overly jealous. A little bit of "I don't want to lose you" can be normal, but when jealousy gets out of control, it's toxic. We're talking about constantly questioning her whereabouts, checking her phone, accusing her of flirting when she's just being friendly, trying to control who she sees or talks to. This kind of behavior doesn't come from a place of love. It comes from a place of insecurity and a desire for control. And let me tell you, it will push her away faster than almost anything else. Excessive jealousy creates an atmosphere of tension, mistrust, and constant interrogation. It makes her feel like she's walking on eggshells, like she can't be herself without facing an inquisition. No healthy person wants to live like that. It's suffocating, and it shows a profound lack of trust in her and in the relationship itself. If you're struggling with intense jealousy, that's something you need to work on, probably with some professional help. It's not her job to manage your insecurities. A relationship has to be built on trust, and constant jealousy absolutely demolishes that foundation. Mistake number 8. The cone of silence, not communicating. Alright, communication, or the lack thereof. This is a biggie. If you're not communicating, you're basically flying blind in a relationship, bottling things up, giving the silent treatment, expecting her to be a mind reader. These are all recipes for disaster. Open, honest communication is the lifeblood of any healthy connection. It's how you solve problems, how you understand each other's needs, how you build intimacy, and how you navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life together. If you shut down or avoid difficult conversations, you're creating a breeding ground for resentment and misunderstanding. She can't read your mind. If something's bothering you, you need to talk about it respectfully. If you have needs, you need to express them. If you're feeling a certain way, share it. And it goes both ways. You need to create a safe space for it to communicate openly with you too. When issues are left unsaid, they fester. Small problems become big problems. Assumptions get made and feelings get hurt. Learning to communicate effectively, even when it's uncomfortable, is one of the most important skills you can develop for a successful relationship. Stop hiding behind silence. Mistake number 9, the me, myself, and I show. Next on the list of relationship wreckers is being selfish. Now, it's important to have self-respect and take care of your own needs, absolutely. But when it's about you, all the time, that's a huge problem. A relationship is a partnership, a two-way street. If you're constantly focused on your own desires, your own schedule, your own problems, without considering her needs, feelings, or contributions, you're creating a one-sided dynamic that is deeply unfulfilling for her. Are you always the one choosing the movie, the restaurant, or what you do on a Saturday night? Selfish behavior makes her feel like she doesn't matter, like her role is simply to cater to your world. It can manifest in big ways, like making major life decisions without consulting her, or in small, everyday ways, like never offering to help, always taking the last piece of pizza, or dominating every conversation. A healthy relationship requires compromise, give and take, and a genuine concern for the other person's well-being and happiness. If it's consistently all about what want and what get, she's going to feel used, unappreciated, and eventually, she's going to look for an exit. And finally, the one you've been waiting for, the 10th, which is a very common mistake, not being supportive. Life throws curveballs. People have dreams, face challenges, experience disappointments, and celebrate victories. In a partnership, you're supposed to be each other's cheerleader, confidant, and rock. If she's going through a tough time and you're dismissive or absent, or if she's excited about an accomplishment and you downplay it or show no interest, you're failing a fundamental test of partnership. Lack of support can make her feel incredibly isolated and unloved. Being supportive means listening when she needs to vent, encouraging her pursuits, celebrating her successes as if they were your own, and offering a shoulder to lean on when things get rough. It means believing in her, even when she doubts herself. It's about being present, emotionally and sometimes physically. When you fail to provide that support, you're essentially telling her she's on her own. And if she feels like she's navigating life's challenges and joys by herself while in a relationship, she's going to start questioning what the point of that relationship really is. Support isn't optional, it's essential. Outro time to get real and make a change. So there you have it, 10 common mistakes that can seriously sabotage your relationships and drive women away. We've laid it all out, no punches pulled. Maybe some of this hit a little too close to home, and if it did, good. That means you're being honest with yourself, and that's the first step towards making some real, positive changes. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about waking up and realizing that you have the power to do things differently, to build healthier, happier connections. Remember, understanding these pitfalls is just the beginning. The real work starts now, in how you choose to behave, how you choose to interact, and how you choose to grow as a man and as a partner. These aren't just women's issues, these are human issues, relationship issues. Being a good partner means being self-aware, considerate, and willing to put in the effort. It's about creating a dynamic where both people feel respected, valued, and understood. You can do this, but you've got to be intentional about it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, click the link in the description below to watch the next video on what you should do to attract women instead. Don't miss out. I'm Rickard, and I want to see you succeed, not just in attracting women, but in building relationships that are strong, meaningful, and built to last. So, take this information, put it to good use, and start making those changes today. You got this.